read the document now. So it says, after entering through the sliding glass door, Kohberger walked through the kitchen area and to a set of stairs that led to the third floor. Kohberger then went up the stairs to the third floor. At the top of the stairs and directly to the left side is a door, which was Kaylee's bedroom. And to the right is a short hallway that ended into a bathroom and another door to Mogen's bedroom. Most likely, Kohberger checked Kaylee's room, saw that it was empty, and then moved on to Mogen's bedroom, where we believe both Kaylee and Mogen were asleep in Mogen's bed. And then it says, obviously, he unalived both. Now, this is very interesting. It then says, Kohberger most likely went back down the stairs, walked through the second floor living room, and then down the hallway, which ended at Kernodle's room. Based on the evidence, Kernodle was initially attacked just inside the bedroom near the entrance. Okay. Here's the thing. I think the reason they think he tried Kaylee's bedroom, obviously, is because the door was open.
Yeah, that could be too.
That's what I think. And a lot of people are saying, well, if he was there for Kaylee, then he would have known to go to Maddie's bedroom. I don't think he would. Like, I think he had an understanding of their activity, right? Their comings and goings, but I don't think he had an understanding of that kind of intimate detail of their friendship that, oh, she would just have gone into Maddie's room.
Right. I agree.
So I feel as though now, and the fact that they're saying, well, he went to Kaylee's room first and he tried the door. Okay. So then you don't think Mogen was the target?
Right.
So, like, this is what I mean. So I don't think they need a target, right? I've always said it. I think the target was the house.
I agree.
And I think I personally believe, especially after reading that next part, and I'm going to read that next part again. Let's see. Kohberger most likely went down the stairs, walked through the second floor. Kohberger most likely went down the stairs, walked through the second floor living room, and then down the hallway, which ended at Kernodle's bedroom. Walked?
I think he did.
Listen. I think he went straight to her bedroom.
From upstairs? I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think he went straight to her bedroom. I don't think they necessarily ran into each other because, and here's the other thing. So Dylan said she heard someone run towards or go in the direction of Kaylee's bedroom.
Right.
He never says she hears two people going in the direction of Kaylee's bedroom. She only says one.
And here's the thing too. We know that, we know now that Dylan had screamed out Kaylee, right?
Right.
So what I'm thinking is in my head, and why I think you're right, he went straight to Xana's room, is because I think he heard that. And then while coming down the stairs, he hears Xana doing something and awake. So I think he assumed that's who yelled Kaylee.
I think that's really possible.
Went to her.
Like I said the other night, Dylan woke up, said she heard music and like singing or laughing.
Yep.
At around 4 a.m. And that was around the same time she's hearing the dog bark. He walked in that house, I think, while Xana was up and on TikTok.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, he just went straight in, straight up to the bedroom, and that was that. He didn't hesitate, is my sense. The other reason why I feel, I don't know, so I think 32 is the next one, right?
Yeah, that one's a doozy.
That one's a doozy.
Doozy.
And remember, in this 194, I also want to add that this is the document where they do the timed runs.
Yep. Ugh.
And
Fucking runs.
let me see.
Yeah, that one is also insane.
Yeah, he says Jeff Talbot and Brett Payne assisted with the timed runs. Corporal Payne tracked the times for each run. Detective Talbot walked through the residence with me, calling out the number of strikes to simulate the number of wounds to each victim based on autopsy reports. I conducted 2 timed runs, the first being as quick as possible, and the second a slower, deliberate timed run. During the first trial run, hold on, I have to enlarge because I am old. During the first trial run, I began at the rear of the residence and came through the sliding glass door. I then quickly moved through the kitchen and up the stairs. I looked into the bedroom to the left and then moved down the hallway and into Mogan's bedroom. I simulated the number of strikes that were indicated upon Mogan and Kaylee. Detective Talbot counted and kept track in an attempt to recreate the movements and motions believed to have occurred based on the evidence collected and autopsy reports. I moved out of the bedroom, down the stairs, through the living room, down the hallway, and into Kernodle's bedroom. Again, with the assistance of Detective Talbot, I simulated the number of strikes that were inflicted upon Kernodle and Chapin. I then exited back down the hallway, through the living room, through the kitchen, and out the sliding glass door. Corporal Payne reported a time of approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Insane.
And then on the second run, slower and deliberate, I followed the same path throughout the residence, but at a much slower, methodical pace. I again entered through the rear sliding glass door, opening it slowly to make no noise while doing so. I then walked as quietly as I could through the kitchen and up the stairs, attempting to make no noises. I looked into the first bedroom and then slowly moved down the hallway and into Mogan's bedroom. Detective Talbot counted and kept track again as I recreated the moments and motions believed to have occurred inside the bedroom. I exited the bedroom, moved back down the stairs, through the living room, down the hallway, and into Kernodle's bedroom. The movement to Kernodle's bedroom was slower than the first run, but still somewhat quick. I again simulated the movements and motions that took place inside Kernodle's bedroom. I then exited back down the hallway, through the living room, through the kitchen, and out the sliding glass door. Corporal Payne reported a time of approximately 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
And people said it couldn't get done in
Right.
12 minutes.
And people say that it couldn't have been done in 9 or 10 minutes. Let me see. I'm going to enlarge. We additionally walked through simulated paths that Kohberger may have possibly taken from the vehicle to the back of the residence. The shortest and most direct path, going from the parking area and moving east to west along the back of the house, took approximately 30 seconds. A second path, starting at the southern edge of the property and walking a fence line through some trees and moving in a south to north direction towards the back of the house, took approximately 1 minute. The times to make the same 2 paths at running pace were approximately 6 to 7 seconds for the short path and 10 to 12 seconds for the longer path. The runs revealed that it was possible for Kohberger to have carried out the murders in as few as 2 minutes and 6 seconds, going at a fast pace on the shortest route to the vehicle, or as much as 3 minutes and 45 seconds going at a slower pace on the longer route to the vehicle.
Right, and based on those footprints that we saw in some of the released photos, it sounds like he took the shorter path.
Yes. So what are we thinking? That he just went up that hill to his car?
Here, let me see if I can find a good picture here.
Does it make you wonder though? So we know his car is out of frame from that initial video for what? 14 minutes? But yet he can do all of this in possibly under 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he sat back there in his car for a while and then went in? Or do we think like, because we always assumed he was up there with the 2 girls for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if he wasn't? What if he was just in his car that whole time and then came in it and was 3 minutes?
I think anything's possible. I think he could have been preparing, like putting on gloves, putting on the balaclava, doing like just suiting up basically.
Yeah, and taking it off too.
And taking it off.
Does that change our time frame though? Because remember how we said, well, no, because I'm trying to think. When did when Dylan heard somebody's here?
Well, hold on one second.
Oh God.
There's evidence that he had been in the house previously. There's no evidence that he's been in the house previously, but they do believe he was in the house previously because they came home one night and the back slider door was open.
Yes.
So it does.
And we don't know exactly what date that was, just that it was obviously prior to the Schmurders.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard to tell. Like, we know the first time he was within range of the home, which was the same day as the pool party, but we don't know if that happened before the pool party or after.
Sorry. Right. We don't know. Do we know when the night was that they came home and the door was open?
Not exact date. Nope.
Okay.